Now, Lowcountry Forever, a public affairs presentation of the Charleston Radio Group.
A huge event, maybe the biggest in the town all year, coming up in Summerville next weekend, and that's what we're talking about on Lowcountry Forever. I'm Brian Cleary, today joined by Erica Staubs. She is the marketing and the membership director at the Summerville YMCA. Erica, people are going to say, well, wait a second, we just had a flower town and now we're having another one? What's going on here? COVID played a lot to do with that, huh?
We did, and we are so excited for a normal year. I think that's what we are all just so excited and pumped for this year. Yes, we just did it in October, but we are back with a spring festival. We're hoping that some of the flowers will come back for us, some of them that haven't bloomed, and we are just ready for a normal spring festival. We are so excited to welcome everybody back.
So the Flower Town Festival is coming up on April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. This is an event with a long history, Erica, but in case somebody's listening, maybe not as familiar as they need to be with the event, give us a background of this event and also its importance to the Summerville YMCA.
The Flower Town Festival is the Y's premier fundraiser. It was founded in 1973 to support health and wellness programs at the YMCA. It was actually started by two women who wanted to run a craft fair in town, and it has evolved ever since, but the principles have remained the same. All of the money raised, which normally this event draws over 230,000 people. And on average, we net about 250,000 charitable dollars each year. And each one of those dollars is poured back into the community. They help a child go into swim lessons, take a gymnastics class. Our job is to never turn anyone away due to an inability to pay. So while you visit the Flower Town Festival, every dollar that is earned is going back into the hands of those in need in our direct community. And I think that is the biggest cause that we have in such a beautiful meaning.
This event is huge. It's not your average arts and crafts show, and the money raised is so important. So let's go into that a little bit, Erica, because some people will still have in the back of their head their impression that the YMCA is a place you go to swim and use the basketball court. The YMCA has really transformed itself, but the Summerville YMCA, with the different locations, all the programs you got, it's almost hard for me to ask you where to start, but where should we start in terms of introducing people to what the YMCA is today?
The YMCA is everything to our community. You know, yes, we have a gym. We have a fabulous staff filled with trainers that are ready to help you meet any need that you have. Yes, we have the pool that is ready to teach you swim lessons or meet any of your basic needs in the community. But we are so much more. We have community health initiatives such as diabetes prevention programs, blood pressure self-monitoring. We also offer a Togetherhood event, which we do several times a year, where we're building beds for children in the community that do not even have their own bed. The why, we are able to offer all of your basic needs for fitness, but we are able to offer so much more. We really want to be here for the Summerville community.
And you are the marketing and membership director. So let's start, first of all, with membership. So I want to get involved in the Summerville YMCA. What's the first step that I need to take in terms of becoming a member?
So the first thing that you want to do is come take a tour. So we actually have 3 branches. We have one right downtown Summerville located off of Cedar Street. So that serves anybody downtown. Come take a tour with us. One of our membership associates will be more than happy to take you around and show you the facility. We also have one in the Ponds neighborhood off of 17A. And then we have our Oprah branch, which is located off of Dorchester and Trolley, right near that intersection. And there you'll find our child care building, which houses summer camp and after school and a full outdoor pool, as well as so many sports programs that are crucial to our community. So if you just want to come in and check us out, the best way to do that is to come take a tour. The other next best option is you can go to our website, summervilleymca.org, and you can schedule a tour. So if you want to make sure that when you come visit us that you get a full tour, you can schedule a tour on there as well.
We're talking with Erica Stubbs. She is the marketing and also membership director for the Summerville YMCA. Next weekend, the Flower Town Festival, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd will be happening. It's their largest fundraiser of the year. And as we talk about membership, so I become a member of the Y. Am I a member only, say, at the downtown location, or am I a member only at the Ponds location?
That's a great question. Our membership is universal. So you are a member of all 3 of our branches. So you will get membership pricing on any program that you would like to join. The YMCA also offers nationwide membership at most branches nationwide. So if you are traveling for business or traveling for pleasure, most YMCAs are a part of the National YMCA initiative, so you can scan in while you're there. So it will take you a lot further than Summerville.
Nice. And if I become a member, I'm assuming there's individual memberships, but also a membership for families.
Absolutely. So we have adult memberships, of course. We also have full family memberships. So if we have so many options, what you'll want to do there is go to somervilleymca.org/membership. Take a glance at everything that we offer, whether you need the family membership, and what if you're looking for a wonderful place for your young preschooler to play while you come in and get exercise. We offer child development during the day. We offer so many things, sports programs, childcare to help keep you busy and active throughout the year.
And it used to be, at least when I was a kid, so many of the YMCA programs were geared towards children. But in looking on your website and knowing the offerings you have, there are tons of things, programs for kids, but you've got just as many, maybe even more in some instances, for adults as well, a pretty wide variety of offerings.
We have everything you could possibly imagine, from group fitness classes to personal training to different health initiatives that you'll need throughout your entire life, such as diabetes prevention or blood pressure self-monitoring. We are able to take care of you for life no matter what stage you are. If you're a single adult, if you're a teenager, if you are a young family, if you are a senior adult, we have something for you. We have a home for you. You are a part of us, and we have something for you.
And I mentioned the pool at the beginning of our conversation, and we're here in the Lowcountry, lots of water around, folks going to the beach. You've got swimming pools, swim lessons, and swim safety. That's still a huge component of what you guys provide at the Y.
So May is Water Safety Month nationwide. It is a huge initiative to make sure that children are safe in the water. In the Lowcountry, we not only have pools, we have lakes, rivers, oceans, and there is so much to learn. And basic water safety skill is integral for each and every person, from a child to an adult, to be comfortable in the water, to know basic life-saving skills should you or a friend not know how to swim, basic retrieval. So we do offer swim lessons from ages 6 months to 99. We will help you meet your water safety goal throughout the year. So please come see us. Our aquatics program is located at 2 of our branches, downtown Summerville and at our Oak Brook location. We would love to get your child or you acquainted with the water and very comfortable as summer comes.
And Erica, let me kind of toss this out at you. I keep saying, hey, the Y isn't what you're used to having. Is there a program that comes to mind that you think of where people wouldn't necessarily think, yeah, I can get that at the Summerville YMCA? Is there one that you could mention that really goes, this is what they're talking about? You wouldn't think about this at the Y, but we offer it.
There are so many things that are normal, right? You have your fitness center, you have your swim, but we offer so many sports, and not just sports for children. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't know. We offer adult softball, adult soccer. We have ways for adults to meet up with their neighbors and have a great time. So we offer sports for all ages. And I think that's really unique. And when you're doing a sport at the YMCA, it's under great principles and great organization. We also have a gymnastics department in-house, and that's something that you don't see everywhere. We offer recreational gymnastics and also a full competitive gymnastics team. So there's just so much, and also endless health and wellness options to keep you safe throughout your life.
We are talking to Erica Stubbs. Erica is the marketing and membership director of the Summerville YMCA. We're coming up on that time of year. It's the annual Flowertown Festival that'll be happening April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now, Erica, you talk about the importance of this with the Y and how much money is raised. Some of that money goes to scholarships, and explain what that means and how important that is for the youth of the Summerville area.
Scholarships. This is something that people don't know that we do. So what we do at the Summerville YMCA is we never want to turn you away due to an inability to pay. If you want to have childcare for your child, basic needs that you need so that you can work, we will work with you to provide a scholarship based on need. If your child needs to learn how to swim, we are going to put them through swim lessons. So how do we do that? Well, we rely on wonderful donors that we have year-round that support the love that we have for our community. But the Flowertown Festival is our #1 fundraiser. We raise over $250,000 charitable dollars that go right back into that mission. And almost all of that money is going directly towards Summerville community members. And I think that is so impactful so that they can do whatever is most important important to them.
So we need to make it a record-setting year this year with the Flowertown Festival. Again, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. First of all, the admission cost, Erica, for me to get into Flowertown is?
Free. We want you to come. It is completely free. Free admission and free parking. So come and join us next weekend, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Summerville, and it is free admission.
And what can people look forward to seeing? Because there is so much that you have to offer, and some people have been there, some people not. Folks are going to come to Summerville, and they should expect what?
There are over 200 jury-selected artists from throughout the country who display their work for sale. So you are getting something eclectic from all over the nation. You'll also find delicious foods from restaurants that are local and restaurants that come from all over the nation. You also found fun activities and rides for children at the Children's Jubilee and Kids Fest. Yes, there are rides. It's so exciting. So come join us. You're going to have a great time, whether you're 5 months or whether you're 99, we have something for you.
And there's a lot that goes into this event. I know right after April 3rd, maybe you'll give yourself a couple of days, maybe even a week, but then you'll start planning the next year. So with all that going on, I'm certain that you've got a few partners that help you in making the event the success that it always turns out to be.
Community partners help us more than we could ever say. We have so many community partners that we work with all year long, especially Boeing, McElveen, Summerville Medical Center, Home Telecom. We work with so many partners, the Summerville Journal Scene, the Charleston Radio Group. It takes so many of us, not only to spread Flowertown Festival and how great it's going to be for our community, but to raise those dollars that go back into the community. So we could not do the Flowertown Festival without our sponsors.
People are going to say, well, parking, but parking is free. You may need to walk a little, but for the most part, people get in and out of the festival fairly simply.
You do. You know, there are several parking options throughout Summerville. We do have an app, so you'll want to download the Flowertown Festival app. It is extremely important. It's actually going to show you various parking areas that are going to get you closest to where you'd like to go. So be sure and download the app. It's got a map of all vendors, whether that's arts and crafts, business and civic, or food, as well as parking options, handicap transport, really any of the major topics that you're looking for. Be sure to download the Flowertown Festival app.
So the festival's been around for a long time, but it has obviously evolved. It's 2020. Flowertown's got an app. I mean, come on now. You can't get better than that. Other places people can go for information, I would have to think, obviously, everything is posted up in terms of the Summerville YMCA website.
We have 3 great sources of information for you to find information regarding the Flowertown Festival. The number one resource is actually going to be our Flowertown Festival app. Be sure and download that on Android or Apple products. The next best product is going to be our Facebook page. So when you search Facebook, search for the 49th Annual Flowertown Festival, hosted by the Summerville Family YMCA. The third best resource is going to be our website, summervilleymca.org/Flowertown Festival.
And I think the other suggestion I would make to people is give yourself the entire day, because really there's so much that you can see and experience. You may want 2 days, but you definitely, I think, need a full day to experience all that the Flowertown Festival is.
You sure do. You sure do. Now, remember, our hours are a little different each day. So on Friday, we are open from 9 to 5. On Saturday, we are open from 9 to 6, and on Sunday from 9 to 4. So keep that in mind whenever you're planning for your day, but you definitely want a full day. There is so much to do and experience. And a lot of times people come back a second or maybe even a third day if they were thinking about a purchase and want to come back for it again. So plan your whole weekend with us. We'd love to have you there each and every day, and so would our vendors.
And Erica, if somehow somebody needs more information, they've got a question about the Flowertown Festival, what do they need to do?
I would be more than happy to answer any questions that anybody has. So please email us over at summervilleymca.org. There's a contact us button, and we'd be more than happy to answer your Flowertown Festival question.
It's a huge event. We've missed it the last couple of springs because of the pandemic, but the Flowertown Festival is back April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in downtown Summerville. Erica Stubbs, the marketing and membership director with the Summerville YMCA, our guest today on Lowcountry Forever.
The Charleston Radio Group is the Lowcountry. Every week, we highlight local organizations and events that are helping to make a difference here where we live. If you have a group, event, or an idea to feature on Lowcountry Forever, let us know. Visit lowcountryforever.com and click on our podcast link for contact information. Now, Lowcountry Forever continues.
You could be somebody's hero. and I'll explain how today on Lowcountry Forever. I'm Brian Cleary. We're joined by Victoria Coleman. Victoria is the Public Education Coordinator for We Are Sharing Hope SC. Victoria, some people may not be familiar with We Are Sharing Hope SC. What's your organization all about?
We Are Sharing Hope South Carolina is the nonprofit here. We're based in Charleston, but we serve the entire state, and we facilitate the gift of life through organ, eye, and tissue donation at the end of life, should someone be able to make that gift possible.
And it truly is a gift, but there is a huge need. If I have my statistics right, every 10 minutes, another person added to the National Organ Transplant waiting list?
Absolutely. And today here in South Carolina, we have over 1,500 South Carolinians waiting on the gift of life through organ transplantation. So this month actually is National Kidney Month. And out of those 1,500 people, over 1,300 in South Carolina are specifically waiting on a kidney.
Not everyone becomes an organ donor. What's the reason that you hear most why people decide not to donate their organs?
I really think it starts with education, having access to what are the facts of donation. There's a lot of fear and misconception out there. And one of the most popular things that we hear is, if I'm a registered organ donor, then if something happens and I go to the hospital, they're not going to save me. And that's not true. The role of the hospital is to make sure that they exhaust all life-saving measures to truly save your life. We are in the picture way later if it is potential that you are able to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor hero. But really, it starts with education. It starts with not just saying yes, whether on your driver's license or on the registry online, but educating yourself, educating your family, and sharing your decision with your loved one.
And so that everybody understands, there is a difference, because there are some people, perhaps you know someone who donated a kidney while they were alive to someone who was in need of a kidney. That's a different thing. That's not something that your organization, We Are Sharing Hope SC, deals with.
Yes. So living donation, you would go through the transplant center. So here in South Carolina, that would be MUSC. And living donation, that would be kidney and liver. And so they facilitate that entire process, but we are specifically on the deceased donation side. So once someone is clinically and legally brain dead, then we are able to be a part of that process, educating the family on the decision that someone has already made for themselves. South Carolina is a first person authorization state. So when you say yes, you are making that decision, and it's just as serious as if you are putting it in your living will.
We are talking today with Victoria Coleman. She's the Public Education Coordinator. We Are Sharing Hope SC. There's lots of information that we want to get to, but before we move on to that, there's a way that people can help coming up in April. You've got a huge event, your 17th annual Race for Life. Tell us about that.
Yes, we are so excited to have this event again in person. Obviously, last year we were virtual and had kind of a hybrid situation because of COVID. And we know we're not out of COVID, but we have a safer way to gather now. And we are going to be in person April 9th on Folly Beach. We'll actually be on the road. It's not on the beach, but we will be right downtown. And our event, 2020 was the biggest event we'd ever had right before COVID hit us. And we had over 800 people come together in support of this incredible annual event. And so this year we have almost 400 people registered as of this morning and are excited to bring everyone together again.
And there are a couple of different events that people can participate in the Race for Life.
Absolutely. There's the 10K for our very serious runners.
Yes.
And then we have our 5K, you can run or walk it. And then we also have the Hero at Home option. So if you aren't local, if you still don't want to be in a large gathering situation, or you just simply want to support the mission from afar, you can register for the Hero at Home.
And a really good reason to come to Folly Beach for the event is the fact that there will be some recipients on hand. And I think that's a pretty special moment when you get to meet someone who has received this amazing gift.
Absolutely. And that's one of the most incredible things when we bring together this donation and transplantation community, especially on the donor family side. We always say this isn't necessarily a family you want to be a part of, but when you are, we are all in together. And this event, it truly is special because it brings together families and recipients. And sometimes families and recipients don't get to necessarily meet their donor family or their loved one's recipient. But this event shows you that you might not be my donor family, but you are a donor family. So you are my donor family. then both sides of the process get to connect and spend time together, and you get to see what that hope actually means when giving the gift of life.
And if people don't understand, and I'm not trying to say I'm an expert or anything, but I think I can understand there are situations where you've lost a loved one. That gift you gave made someone else's family whole, or they were able to go on. But that would be a challenge to then, in some ways, go and meet that person, that family, even though it's something special. I can't imagine that kind of situation, but I guess you've seen those kind of things in your role.
And some families, they don't want to do that. They don't want to meet. They will send letters and that's enough, or maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, you know that your loved one made an impact on someone else and gave them more moments, more opportunity, more memories with their loved ones, their family and friends, and knowing that their legacy continues on through that gift. That's inspiration in itself. And when the families do get to meet with the recipient, whether it is their loved one's recipient or in an event like this, it's a constant reminder of what that ripple effect really means.
And it has to be special. We'll have hundreds and hundreds of participants through the 10K and the 5K event, but knowing that some of those people are folks that have received these gifts of life, these are some of the most grateful people I've ever met. They really appreciate it.
They really, the passion and the energy, it truly is contagious. Every single moment of every single day is a moment of gratitude. And everything they do is in honor of their hero. And they do it to constantly bring that hope to life for everyone around them. Everything they do is with the intention of honoring the legacy of the person that made the moment of them being able to run a race possible.
And here's an opportunity for you, even if you're not a donor, but hopefully you are, to help. The event coming up on Folly Beach on Saturday, April 9th. Now, Victoria, for somebody who wants to get involved in the Race for Life, what do they need to do?
So all you can do is go online. You can go to our race website. It's the sharinghoperace.com, and you can register. You can be a hero at home, maybe if you're not local or aren't traveling that weekend, or maybe you already have plans, you'll be out of town, or you can register for the 10K or 5K. And then you can also just make a donation. There are plenty of teams that have fundraising efforts going on. It gets very competitive. So you can make a donation to one of the teams, support them that way. But regardless, you're making an impact. And if you use code LEGACY, you can register and get $5 off.
And if you need that website address, we have it posted on all of our Charleston Radio Group station websites. Just go there, click on the events link, and you'll be able to get yourself linked up with a Race for Life. We're talking We Are Sharing Hope SC. Victoria Coleman is the public education coordinator. So educate me a little bit, educate our listeners, Victoria. I've decided that I do want to become a donor. How does that happen?
So you can make this decision when you're updating your license at the DMV. So any South Carolina DMV, you can check the box and say yes. They even have little bells at the counter that you can ring and they celebrate with you. Over 90% of the people in South Carolina actually register at the DMV. You can, of course, go online either to our website, sharinghopesc.org, to learn more about the donation process. Make sure you're educated and then make your decision. And then it will link you to the registry for Donate Life South Carolina. And you can also actually do it on your iPhone Health app.
So if for some reason I don't know whether or not I checked that box when I was doing my registration, is there something I should be looking for on my license that shows that I am a donor?
Absolutely. You would have that little red heart with the Y, meaning that you are an organ, eye, and tissue donor here in South Carolina. It sits really close to that star if you have your real ID.
So go online, remember that, and if I just got my license, I don't want to wait 8 years to sign up for the donor, then the best thing is then to go to the website and sign up that way.
Absolutely. And when you go on the website, you can be very specific about your decision, and you can even learn more just about the process, or as an organ, eye, and tissue donor, what that means, what is able to be donated, should that be an option for you, and the impact that you can make.
And somebody shouldn't necessarily worry about their health conditions, because somebody hearing that may say, well, I've been a smoker, so maybe I can't do it. Those are medical decisions made by experts.
The thing we always say is if it's in your heart, you want to give, and that's a legacy you want to leave, make the decision and let the healthcare professionals figure out the rest.
So for right now, what we want to do focus, though, is on this April 9th event coming up in Folly Beach. Have you got some folks who are helping you out in terms of putting on this event?
We'll have Dave Williams there doing some of our announcements, and then some of our big sponsors, Bridge to Life, Hill Construction, Synovus Bank. We also have Lorcan Lucy Mortgage. Lucy Mortgage, they are our t-shirt sponsor. So we have a lot of incredible people that are coming together and support MUSC, and they will all be out there and cheering everyone on.
So ABC News 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Williams is going to be a runner. He's good. Is he going to be running as well?
He is a big runner, and he's always so helpful with this event. But I mean, he runs it and then he does announcements. Both of it.
See, he just wants to show me up. That's all. Because I know he's really, he's a good meteorologist, but he's a great runner as well. And it's great to have him participating in the event. If somebody's not sure, will there be day of registration as well?
Absolutely. You can come out day of. We can get you registered, set up. It's going to be early in the morning. So come out. We'll have people there that can help direct with parking. We definitely want to get you out there. And if you have to wait until the morning of to decide, I hope your decision is yes, so you can join us.
We don't want you to wait, though. We want you to sign up as soon as possible. We need to get as many people as we can. It'd be great if we can get back to that 20 level, because your event was one of the last things that was able to happen before the pandemic. So we want to get back to that pre-pandemic level of entry. So if somebody wants to sign up right now, and hopefully they do, what's that website where they need to go again?
Go to the sharinghoperace.com, and that website, it's also linked on our organization's website, sharinghopesc.org. It'll take you directly to the race site there, and so you can register. And again, using code LEGACY gives you $5 off. Obviously, we do encourage registering much more ahead of time than the day of. Coming together again, having an event like this, it would be incredible to have the numbers that we had in 2020. But I know that for this first event back where we are right now, we're really excited and really confident with the group that we will have out there at Folly Beach.
Well, we appreciate everybody who signed up so far, but I'll say it if nobody else will. More. We want to get a big crowd. And if you do have any questions in terms of organ donation, your website has a lot of interesting and good information. And I think you'd agree that people need to check that out if they have questions.
Absolutely. And they can really go through the information about the process, about, one organ donor hero can save 8 lives, what that means. And really, again, it takes you back to the education piece. What does it mean to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor hero here in South Carolina? What does that impact mean? And again, the stories, there's an entire page dedicated to testimonials and stories about families and recipients who have been impacted by this gift. So that's also on our website if you maybe need to find a little bit of inspiration behind your decision.
Is there a significance behind the race being scheduled here in April?
Coming together in April is very special because April is also National Donate Life Month. So we will be lighting the state blue and green with various landmarks throughout South Carolina, shining blue and green with lights outside at different times throughout the month. So you may see a local landmark in your area that lights up blue and green in support of donation. And having this race, doing all of this together, we encourage everyone to wear their best blue and green, to come out in support of the mission of donation, to say yes when you register, and to, of course, again, educate yourself and share your decision with your loved one.
Are you aware of, and can you tell us what's going to be lit up here in the Charleston area?
Yeah, we are going to light the Ashley River Bridge the last week of the month. Nice. MUSC is going to light up. We have Prisma lighting up, the Columbia City Hall, the Governor's Mansion, a lot of really incredible people coming together to support this mission. This was something we started last year because we wanted a way to inspire the state of South Carolina when we knew we couldn't gather in big groups. So what could we do that is impactful, but doesn't encourage people to have to come together in person. And so we started this campaign, We Are Lighting South Carolina Blue and Green, and it was a huge success. So we're continuing it this year, adding on more locations to light up blue and green. It really is going to be an incredible month, and having the race in April as well is the perfect way to tie it together.
From We Are Sharing Hope, South Carolina, Victoria Coleman is our guest today on Lowcountry Forever.
Blood supplies in the Lowcountry continue to be at critically low levels, so the American Red Cross is asking for your assistance. Join the Charleston Radio Group and News 2 for the Give a Pint to Hope blood drive. You can give the gift of life at either the Omar Shrine in Mount Pleasant or at the Rollins Edwards Center in Summerville, Thursday, March 31st from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. With just an hour of your time, you can save up to 3 lives. Make an appointment to donate today by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or by visiting redcrossblood.org. See dynamic aerial displays, memorial planes, and the world-renowned Blue Angels for the 2022 Air Show. Saturday and Sunday, April 9th and 10th. Get your required free parking pass at jbcharleston.com/airexpo.
Thanks for listening to Lowcountry Forever. If you missed any of this week's show, there's a complete recording under the podcast link at lowcountryforever.com. Lowcountry Forever is a public affairs presentation of the Charleston Radio Group.